Well, that was more like it from Arsenal this pre-season. Beaten by Leverkusen yesterday 4-1 in the Emirates Cup, in the Invincibles derby. And do you know what? It was a much better performance from Arsenal. And if you saw my last video, I was saying I was a tad worried about the pre-season because I thought we looked a bit just not quite ready and a bit suspect defensively, which there were, of course, reasons for it, and it was understandable. But it was good to see some of them worries put to bed yesterday. And yeah, we're going to talk about the game, what I took from it, and positive and negatives from the game. So first thing, I thought defensively we looked a hell of a lot better. Obviously, so when the teams come out, Saliba did start. I wasn't too sure if he would. I thought he might get about 20 minutes or so, but he was thrown straight in from the start. Obviously, we had David Raya back in goal as well, so we had our first choice goalkeeper, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and then Zinchenko. So we had, out of our back five, we had four of our back five starting. Jorginho just sitting in front of them, Odegaard and Havertz in the left eight, which we'll talk about Kai Havertz in a bit. Fabio Vieira to the right, Jesus up top and Trossard to the left. And to be honest, when I saw the teams, I thought Arsenal might struggle a bit because I thought Leverkusen went relatively strong. Obviously, had Jonathan Tah at the back, Tapsoba. Frimpong was playing Xhaka, obviously coming back to Arsenal. Good to see him get a good reception. I've always liked Xhaka and always had a soft spot for him. And who else? Oh, and obviously Florian Wirtz. So they didn't come with no muggy team. They come with a decent side in the setup. Yes, we are slightly ahead of them in our preparation. So maybe the result and the way the game went wasn't as much of a surprise as maybe at first I thought it was. But yeah, back to Arsenal. Obviously, we did set up with a very decent defence, and all of a sudden, we didn't look nowhere near as open as we have done for the rest of the pre-season. Saliba coming back into that team, his partnership with Gabriel and the relationship they have with Ben White, and obviously Raya as well. I was watching a few fan interviews after the game, and lead judges from AFTV was talking about how it's no coincidence as soon as they're back, Saliba's back, and Gabriel's playing next to him. All of a sudden, Raya doesn't have a save to make, whereas Cole Hine in the previous pre-season games was getting peppered quite a lot. And it couldn't be more true. In that first half, I think they had one shot on target, which was a very tame half effort, really. Other than that, we just completely looked solid again. Saliba sweeping up Gabriel, his dominant self. White was quite quiet, but he dealt with what he had to. And Zinchenko had a good game offensively anyway. We'll talk about him in a second as well. But it was good to see the foundations being set again for hopefully another really solid defensive season. Last season, obviously, we conceded the least goals in the league, and I think that's something Arsenal need to look to do again. I think that's how we win the league, personally. If we're not going to sign a potential elite forward, I think we have to win the league by being a very, very stubborn defence and making sure we can nick games 1-0 fairly often if we have to. So that time was really good to see. Raya getting 90 minutes. Saliba did come off at half time. Kivior replaced him, and then all of a sudden we did look a little bit more susceptible to Leverkusen, but they were 3-0 down at the time as well, so they was always going to come out and be slightly better than they were in the first half. And then when Gabriel come off, that is when for the young kid, what's his name, Aiden Heaven, I believe, who I think looks quite good. But that is how Leverkusen ended up scoring their goal when we lost a bit of that experience and shape, which is to be expected. But while Gabriel and Saliba were on the pitch together, we just looked much like the old Arsenal from last season, which is just very, very important and good to see. Also, why it's a bit of a shame we didn't get to see Ricardo Calafiori play. Deemed not quite ready yet from Arteta, as he's, apparently suffering from, not suffering, but, he's only been here a week and they're just, he's getting used to everything. So they decided it wasn't the right time to throw him in. And with Timber obviously carrying a slight foot injury, it's good to get Saliba's minutes under his belt, because obviously we know Saliba's our best centre-back. He's arguably the best centre-back in the world. So we need him fit and ready to go for on Wolves. But yeah, like I said, that was a shame why we didn't get to see Calafiori, because once one of those two go down, or they're, God forbid, any of them get injured or suspended throughout the season, we need to know the guys coming in are going to be able to be, you know, if not as good, but at least very, very not far off it. So we're not going to drop levels if any of those two aren't there. So be good to see Calafiori hopefully get some minutes against Leon. Maybe Timber will be back. Because on paper, we've got a very good defence, even depth-wise, but we need to see them play and they need to get up to speed. But yeah, it was very positive to see us back there. Zinchenko had a good game offensively, scored a fantastic goal. Defensively, a couple of problems again. One-on-one, he gets beat a little bit too easily, but his build-up play, etc. His finish for his goal was fantastic. And I don't get the complete hate around Zinch. Don't get me wrong. He's completely frustrating from a defensive aspect. And I think we've got enough cover there now that we shouldn't see him in like a big away game at Anfield, for example, where Mo Salah just terrorises him, or going away to the Etihad, or even Chelsea, or anywhere like that. But I think he's the way he plays left back since he's coming for Arsenal was always fascinated me. I think it's amazing how sometimes, you know, you see him pop up in Odegaard's position here, there and everywhere. And the way on the ball, he is a fantastic player. But of course, he has his limitations going backwards. But now I think we're in a position, Calafiori, Timber, Tomiyasu, and possibly even Kivior if he stays. 4 defenders who are much better actual defenders than Zinchenko, but in them certain games we shouldn't be seeing him. But Zinchenko will be very key to us in a lot of games this season. You know, when you're playing a low block or you're playing one of the lesser teams at home, you probably want Zinchenko playing, getting on the ball, inverting from left back. You know, yesterday, for his first goal, his overall contribution to that goal was brilliant. You know, he was getting it deep, inverting, playing forward, making runs off the ball, and that his overall ability on the ball is fantastic. It's just certain games we don't want to see him, and that's fine. But some of the hate and criticism he gets, I think, is just absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, overall it was a good game. Zinchenko scored the first, and then we scored the second quite quickly after, actually, probably like a minute or two after, through Leandro Trossard, who right now I think left wing is a position that's potentially up for grabs. Well, I say up for grabs at this moment in time. I think Trossard does have that shirt, but I think it's a position where a lot of people think we could potentially upgrade. I still massively back Martinelli, and I think he's a brilliant player, and I think he will get better. And I think the fact that hopefully our left side will be sorted out a bit better this season, especially if Moreno comes in, for example, I think it's only going to benefit Martinelli. I think he had a bit of a tough season last year, but the season before, for example, he was amazing. So I still back Martinelli heavily, but right now Trossard definitely has the shirt, and the goal he scored was brilliant composure in the box. The way he's worked around, the way he just chopped it from his left foot onto his right, left the defender and keeper going fucking the other way and just slotted it into an empty net. Brilliant goal. And his overall play yesterday was quite good. I find Trossard extremely frustrating. I think his overall play can be so bad sometimes. He tries silly back heels and flicks that just don't come off. He's not the quickest. He's not the strongest. Sometimes he gives away shit passes. Like, he really can frustrate me. But if there's a ball falling to anyone in and around the box for them to finish it, you want that player to be Leandro Trossard in this Arsenal team. I think he's by far the best finisher. Great on both feet, right and left foot. So he is a very key player to Arsenal. Scored, 12 Premier League goals last year, some really big goals. And for the Wolves game, I think he has the shirt at the minute, and it's going to be up to Martinelli to take it back. Trossard did play 80 minutes against Leverkusen yesterday. Martinelli come on for the last 10, so I would assume that Martinelli probably gets similar time against Leon, probably 80 minutes to try and stake a claim. But at the moment, I think it's Trossard, and I think he played overall quite well. And then the third was from Gabriel Jesus, actually. He actually had a shot from outside the box. Poor goalkeeping, but Jesus still looks sharp. That come from their throw-in. They do a bit of a dodgy throw. He latches onto it, runs from his half into their half outside the box, bangs it in. And overall, I think he looks quite sharp, Jesus, at the minute. Not quite as sharp as he did when he first come in, the 22-23 season, where he started the league absolutely on fire. But he's definitely looking sharper than we have seen him since he had his knee injury in the World Cup, I'd say. So really positive for him, and hopefully, I think he could start against Wolves as well. It'll be interesting to see what Arteta does on Sunday. because I think that will give us an indication of what he's looking to do for the first Premier League game. But right now, I think he may just end up with the nod up front. And then the fourth come obviously in the second half through Kai Havertz, who started the game as a left 8, finished the game as a forward in the second half as the false 9. And another brilliant game from Kai Havertz. I would argue he's been maybe our player of pre-season, even though he's not played every game. But I thought when he come on against United, straight away he looked dangerous, could have scored a goal, but I think it was Eriksen who took the ball off his head. But as soon as he come on against United, I don't think he had long, but automatically I think he created a chance very early, or he got into a dangerous position, could have scored a goal. Then against Liverpool, he starts and again starts as the sort of left 8, ends up scoring a goal, but I thought overall was by far and away our best player. His passing's looking better. I saw someone tweeting, I have no idea who it was, so I do apologise, but they tweeted that the player who come in and started playing left 8 in Kai Havertz compared to the Kai Havertz playing left 8 now are two different players, and it's so true. Confidence is an amazing thing, and the way it can change the way someone plays is incredible. All of a sudden, I think when he come in start last season, he was playing very safe. Even the passes he did play were very soft and slow. Weren't making as many bursting runs behind as he does now. He made the odd one here and there, but now I think he's determined to get into the box. He's determined to get back and win the ball. He's always worked hard, don't get me wrong, but now I feel like he's doing it with just more belief and aggression. His passing's a lot better. His finishing's better. He's getting himself in better positions. Yesterday, he got two assists and a goal. Towards the back end of last season, he was contributing to goals, whether he was assisting them or scoring them, for absolute fun. And I think the biggest question has been, can he keep it going, and can he be consistently good throughout the course of the season? And right now, the signs are looking good. And I think it'll be interesting to see what Arteta does with him against Wolves, because you assume he will play somewhere. And I think it'll be interesting to see whether he maybe plays him as the left 8, as I do think he's been doing well there, and keeps Jesus in. Or if he reverts the type and maybe starts with Jorginho or Partey in the 6, Rice in the left 8, and then maybe Havertz up top. But another really good performance from Kai, and I think he could have a really big season this season. Well, hopefully anyway. And Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka managed to get 45 minutes in the tank. They didn't look the sharpest. Saka looked alright, to be fair. He had these moments. He didn't get loads of the ball. Rice didn't look very sharp, falling over the ball once on a counter-attack. But that's to be expected, and that's fine. I expect them to probably get an hour on Sunday. Obviously, they'll be in training, keep building up their fitness, and those two will be absolutely fine. And if Arsenal were going to have any chance of winning the league this season, those two are going to be two of our key players again. But yeah, overall, a very, very positive performance. I'd say my only negative is the fact that we did concede, and the depth at the minute isn't quite performing. But then again, like I said, Timber didn't play, Calafiori didn't play, and you know we ended the game with 3 youngsters at the back, so it's going to happen. So it's not a real concern as such. The only thing I want to see from Arsenal now is go and be aggressive in the transfer market. Sell Nketiah if you want to sell him, which I think Arsenal should. Find someone for Nelson and bring in a forward and a midfielder, because I think a lot of people think this could be our year to win it, and I think it should be. But right now, if the window closed now, I don't think we've done enough to topple City, and I really do think bringing in, if we want Mikel Moreno, go and get him, get it done. If you want someone else, go and get them. Liverpool have just pretty much agreed a deal for Zubimendi, or they're very close to it, and I'm really surprised Arsenal ain't all over trying to hijack that, because I always thought that was Mikel's ideal player, and I thought he was someone whom Arteta would go hard for if there was any chance of him leaving Sociedad. But apparently we want to go Sociedad and grab Mikel Moreno instead, so go and get it done. And then move on to a forward, get Nketiah out, get Nelson out, and bring someone in that can, if it's not going to elevate the first 11, at least elevate the squad. And let's go and attack the league. But yeah, I'm really happy with the performance, like I said, and looking forward to Sunday. Let me know in the comments, what did you guys think? I'm not going to do player ratings or anything like that, but if I had to say the best player on the pitch, I probably would give it to Havertz. I think Trossard was good, I think Jesus was good, Saliba, Gabriel was good, Zinchenko was good. The rest of them were pretty just normal, but I think I'd edge it towards Kai Havertz. If your team wins 4-1 and you score 1 and assist 2, play 2 different positions, you're going to get man of the match, really. But it weren't just because of that. I thought overall he played really well. So on to Sunday. Like I said, hopefully Calafiori gets some minutes. Hopefully Timber can shake off this slight knock on his foot, because he could be a very important player for us. And yeah, let's hope we have another good performance. But let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys thought of the game. Anything you think I've missed. And yeah, look forward to Sunday. Have a good weekend and the rest of your week, and talk to you guys either Sunday or Monday. See ya.